Welcome Nogalenses y Fronterizos to El Gringo Más Mexicano. I've got some very, very cool, important guests here to talk about some incredible things going on. It's spring, right? And what happens when spring starts? People start going outside. There's always stuff going on. And this year, I think this April it's packed. Like, there's so much. I mean, starting off, before we get into the stuff that we're going to talk about with you guys, we have coming next week at the Hilltop Gallery, the Nogaleria Open Mic Anniversary. And that's, again, Sunday, April 16th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. There's going to be music, vendors, food, and it's free entry. Also, and we'll talk about this one a little bit later, but the Mingus Festival, we've got that coming up in also on the 22nd, right? So almost a week later, and it's going to be at the Bank of Yuma, right across from the Charles Mingus Memorial Park. Very, very cool. So we've got a lot to talk about, so I want to get right into the interview today. Let's start with you, Renee. All right, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Renee Travers. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
Garcia, Supervisor for Sports and Programming.
So Jerry Garcia, you got to get the jokes, right?
Oh yeah,
All the time?
all the time.
That's why I didn't throw it out there. I figured you're probably sick of
Yeah,
it.
all the time.
With a name like Joe Wright, I get jokes all the time too. I know what it's like to you know.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you a Grateful Dead fan though?
I actually have like some 8-track tapes of it.
No way.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
I keep them nice and safe.
Nice, very cool, very cool. All right, so you guys are from Parks and Rec, and you've been the director for how long?
We're going on 2 years now this July.
In July, it's been 2 years. And since then, I mean, you've taken real responsibility for your job in the way that I haven't seen locally before, or at least not for a very long time.
Thank you.
And in these 2 years, it feels like this year is like a culmination of a lot. You've got so much that's happening and that you're doing, and plans that we were just talking about, incredible plans that are going to be really, really cool once they come to fruition. So why are you doing your job?
Why am I doing my job?
That's great.
Because I love Nogales. That's all. I love Nogales. I'm from here, grew up here. I have my family here. I want to ensure to create a better community for my son and his friends growing up as well.
That's awesome. So we also love Nogales.
Yeah.
Obviously. That's very cool to have somebody who really, really has some passion for the community in this, and to have some good support that's throwing out some incredible ideas that I think are going to be really cool, that I think I'm going to sign up for.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great.
We're going to keep you to that, Joe.
All right, for sure. Now, a couple things that I want to... Well, your job, it also encompasses like basically all of the city's activities, whether they're collaborations or directly through your office.
Correct. Anything that's in our city parks, we take care of, as well as special events, parades, anything like that.
Okay. So, you know what? Yeah, let's just jump into the sports. Before we jump into the Fiestas de Mayo, before we jump into Mingus, again, springtime, warmer weather, time to get out moving, right?
We're in Arizona.
We're in Arizona, and all of us put on pandemic weight. That's what my excuse, at least, right?
I love that. I love it.
I'll have to use that one too.
Yes, I love it.
So we got to get out there.
Yeah, we got to get out there.
All right, not just the kids. The kids, I mean, they do need to get out there, but us adults too.
Absolutely.
And to make that happen, you guys have some plans, right?
Big plans.
Big plans. Well, let's first talk about what we have for girls and women. All right, we've got the basketball league. Tell me about it.
So we're gonna start up a girls and women's basketball league, which it'll have like a JV level, middle school level, a varsity level, and then adults, women, open level.
So those are the three different divisions.
Three different divisions.
Okay.
It's probably like an eight game season,
Right.
plus
And these are
playoffs.
5-on-5 teams.
5-on-5,
right.
full out basketball,
Okay.
referees, the whole nine. Give them
All right,
the whole feeling of basketball. Basketball in Nogales is in the women's areas is pretty big.
Right. So as far as the ages, you know, you talked about, you know, the different divisions and things like that. What are the ages that should be signing up for this?
We're looking at anywhere from 12 to
80?
80.
80. You know how much I would love, yeah, to
Love
see.
to see that.
That'd be
a
great,
league
right?
of abuelitas. That would be
Oh, that'd
amazing.
That'd be fun.
And that would be the perfect name for the team, Las Abuelitas.
Right, right.
Yep.
Okay, 8 game season, 3 divisions. When is this supposed to start?
Well, we're shooting for this week,
Okay.
April 6th,
All right.
but we have a lot of interest right now. We just
Yeah.
don't have anything really confirmed, so we're gonna maybe push it back a little bit. So
Where can people register?
they can go to Nogales Rec Center
Okay.
and sign up there
All right.
and come see me.
So now, do they have to have their teams ready when they sign up, or are they assigned to a team after?
No, most people come in with the teams already ready,
Okay.
and there is a waiver. There's like a couple things that we need to fill out, just make
Okay.
sure that
All right.
they're aware of and stuff like that, rules and stuff like that. But
So, por ejemplo, see if like VS Market wants to do an all-girls team, right, an all-women's team, they put up the fee, they register the girls that are going to be in it, the women that are going to be in it,
yeah, the roster.
and then they're set for the.
They're
the
set. Yeah, and then
Waivers, of course. I mean, legal things need to be taken care of too.
absolutely
course.
insurance liability stuff.
Yeah.
Got to take care of all that stuff, and then we set the games. The games will be out. The game times will be after 5, just because a lot of people
Work and
working
stuff.
working and taking kids everywhere. So we'll set the
Alright.
games in the evening. 3 games a night. Maybe go about 2 nights a week.
Okay.
And
And any athletic ability, right?
any athletic ability.
I think
We
that'd
ju-
be so cool.
I just want it to be equal. We want it to be equal for everybody, not
Of course.
just a men-dominated gym. We want a woman's
Damn straight.
atmosphere. We
straight.
want the whole thing. We
Of
want
course.
everyone to feel like this is their gym, not
Yeah.
it's this person's gym or this person's.
It's the community's gym.
community gym. So,
Every member of the community.
yes. So
Perfect. So, well, starting out, that's where that's the first thing that we need to register for, right? Women, girls out there,
come out.
que sean madres, que sean abuelas, que sean whatever. Sign up, Parks and Rec, right?
Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And in
Alright,
the
well-
future, if we get more pull for the younger ones as well, we do incorporate them into our youth hoops. But if we get enough girls to come out just for at that age level, we'll open up other divisions in the future. We just
Awesome.
haven't received that yet.
Well, yeah, it's you're starting it out,
Yeah.
and it's got to grow.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm big on girls basketball. I coached it for 15 years. So
America's big on girls basketball right
Oh,
now,
especially,
right?
especially after
After these games that we
Yes,
just had, LSU came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
I don't want to say that they came out of nowhere because I understand that they were a really good team, but all the
And nobody
attention was
expected
on the Huerita, right? And
Yeah.
then,
yeah,
bam.
Caitlin Clark. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. It's fun. It's a good sport. It's pure.
Yeah.
It's a pure game.
Yeah.
It's
It's less ego.
less
Exactly.
ego.
Yeah.
It's just something for our younger girls to think that, oh, well, there's more for me to do. I can do this. I can play basketball like my brother can, or
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just to open those doors for them, because at the end of the day, it's about getting them to a higher level. College, we've had a few girls that play college ball out here, and people
Yeah.
don't recognize that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
so we want to open the doors for the younger ones, and then having them see the older women play.
Yeah, for sure. It's
It'll
gonna
be
an
fun.
example,
I
yeah.
think it'll be a great atmosphere. I want to make it as fun as possible for.
All right. So staying on the subject of basketball, but moving up, we've got the double elimination basketball tournament.
Yes.
That's coming up in, I had the date,
That the
21st.
21st.
and 22nd.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that. I mean, it's not a league.
It's
a
not a
tournament.
league.
It's just a tournament,
It's
right?
just a weekend tournament,
Okay.
2-day tournament, 3-on-3.
All right.
I got the idea from someone that they play a lot of that in Mexico. They play
Okay.
that in Nogales, Sonora, the 3-on-3 tournaments and those things. It's just the atmosphere is what I've heard. It's just crazy because you can have so many games going on.
Yeah.
And honestly, 3-on-3 is harder than 5-on-5 because
Yeah,
it's just
it
you're
is.
always.
It's way harder.
It's a lot of
And only half court, man.
only half court.
Yeah, it's
So-
gonna be intense.
It's gonna be intense, but again, atmosphere is everything. So
Of course.
I want it to be fun for everyone.
So April 21st, April 22nd, and it's the same registration process, right? You go, you have your teams ready.
Yes, sir.
You go to Parks and Rec, you register.
Register 18 and up.
And que sea Jofroy, like Jofroy gets three dudes together.
Yeah,
And that's their team.
That's their team. Okay.
there will be first and second place trophies. So we're working on a few things as far as that.
All right. Very, very cool. And same deal. Except it's not a league. Athletic ability doesn't matter. You were out there. You want to play. We got a tournament for you.
Get them out. Get them out.
All right. Awesome. Now, moving on from basketball, the flag football league. Now, this is the one that's got me. All right, this is the one that's got you. Yeah, because you can tell I got a lineman's body, man. not the height, but yeah, I got the bulk.
The bulk. Yeah.
All right. So what do I need to do?
Okay. So again, same process. Going to Nogales Rec and fill out the waivers and sign up your team.
Okay.
It's also off a team. They can have sponsors to it. There's a league fee for that.
Okay.
It's pretty much just bringing football back to Nogales.
All right. Okay. And 7-7, right? 7-on-7.
7-on-7.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. 7-on-7.
All right. And we got until June 1st to register for this one.
Well, see, this is just a teaser to get them like interested and this is coming back, because I remember like we were talking before, it was out for a little while. It wasn't ran how it was ran. So
yeah, and there's much to be desired.
Yeah, there's much to be desired. There's a lot of football in Nogales, and people love it.
Yeah.
And being a football guy, I just thought, well, this is the best thing for the older generation, the guys that had a career.
Yeah. Okay.
And give them something to do, get them under the lights a little bit, let them relive their high school years.
That's awesome. And all of this is at the city complex down on Hohoko. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So why? I mean, what got the ball rolling on this? What built this up?
Again, I'm a football guy. And
well, I mean the sports in general, all of these things. What this ramp up in these different leagues, the ideas.
I'm gonna be quite honest. She keeps me busy.
There you go.
She keeps me busy. She's like, "What's the next idea?" So that's my mindset. Yeah, that's my mindset. Okay, what can we do to get these?
You got to keep your job.
Got to keep the job. Got to keep people, active, because I just don't like that they say there's not much to do in Nogales. Well, here you go.
Exactly.
We're giving you everything we possibly can from our department and make it fun. And
now, these are only 3 examples of all the things. Then you guys have already done some of these. There was a skateboard tournament.
We had the skateboard event.
How did that go? I mean, that was months ago, but
no, we had one last month. Actually.
Last month, even.
March
okay.
22nd.
All right, and how did that go?
18th. Sorry, it went great. We had a lot of kids participating. We had a lot of vendors there. Give kids free skateboards, free skateboard equipment.
Wow.
So trying to get them back involved, especially since it's now an Olympic sport.
So my son loves to skateboard, but he's so shy. Like he doesn't even want to be at the skate park if other people are there.
Oh my God.
So I was trying. I remember when the first tournament was announced, I was trying to get him to be involved, and he just didn't want to do it. But I mean, maybe if I could tell him there's free stuff, he'll want to go.
And get them ready. We'll probably have another one right before they go back to school, right at the end of summer.
So right around July, late July,
Yeah.
early August, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool. And what else? I mean, I know we were talking about the sports, but there's got to be a million things that you guys are.
Well, we've talked about cornhole tournaments, family fun days, cornhole at night, bringing softball back, bringing different things back. Eventually, we've talked about a foot golf instead of the golf course, maybe utilizing it for different activities.
All right.
So just get people out there.
So another thing, I don't know if people realize that we have a dog park, because I'm always out there and nobody's ever there. So, I mean...
Time of the day, because I get a lot of pictures from a lot of people out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess, maybe it is the time of day that I go. But I love that park, especially you guys have a separation for small dogs and big dogs, right?
Yes.
And I have a small dog and a big dog. And so my son takes the small dog through the little park and I take the big dog. But it's a really cool place, and it's something that I think this community lacked for a long time.
Right. Eventually, the goal there is to have some walking paths around that area as well and make it more of a destination kind of activity area as well.
Yeah, not just the Cajun areas, but the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Well, let's talk about Mingus real quick, because since that one's coming up pretty soon too. It's coming up in just a couple weeks.
Correct.
Now, for me, the Mingus Festival is a really cool thing because it highlights some something that came from here that affected the whole world, right? Charles Mingus was an incredible jazz musician. And when I was in high school, when I was in the jazz band, I was a drummer for the jazz band. I participated in the Mingus Festival. And it's such a cool experience for the kids involved. I mean, and I've reported on the Mingus Festival for at least for the last 10 years I've been reporting on the Mingus Festival. So to see it grow and to see it turn into what it is now has been a real adventure for me. How do you guys keep it going? What's going to happen this year? Let's talk
Well, we
about
can't take full credit for that. That is organized by a different committee.
Okay.
We collaborate with them. But I just met with Ms. Ehrman recently, and they have a lot of things going for that day. They'll have vendors. They have about 6 or 7 bands that will be performing, including some NHS alumni bands that Mr. Tittlebaugh is getting ready.
I was reading the flyer. I saw that Mr. Tittlebaugh was going to do an alumni band.
He loves doing this, and it's great to bring all of those musicians back and feel that pride again.
That's crazy. He doesn't know when to really retire, does he?
Oh, no, I don't think he's ready to. Yeah.
All right, Fiestas de Mayo, in that case. Let's jump into Fiestas de Mayo. What are we expecting this year? I mean, seems like it gets a little bit bigger every year. It's awesome. It's such an incredible bi-national event, really. Yes. Is it still going to be downtown at the park, or let me just give me details.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
It will still be down at Karam.
Okay.
We're working with the builders to make sure we have some bridges in place for individuals while we're down there. We'll have vendors inside the park as well as on the other side of the street. We'll have the stage. We'll have lots of performers, the crowning of the princesses and queen, and just get everybody going for fiestas.
Well, my big question is how are you going to do this with the pipes running through the streets?
We're avoiding that side of the street. We'll have vendors on this side and inside the park.
And inside the park, and like you said, bridges to cross over. Okay.
Yeah, and of course that morning is starting early with Cero Stress having their run and having some vendors and the health fair, and it's just an all-day event that we want everybody to come out and participate in.
So I remember last year's marathon and health fair and Fiestas de Mayo, and it was big. Yes. It was huge, because the culmination of these 3 events happening all at the same time, so many people, so much support, so much just smiling faces.
Exactly.
It was very cool. I'm really, really looking forward to it again
and
this
the
year.
food is just
of
great.
Of course, you can't forget the food. You can't forget the food. What are the plans for the future? Like, how much bigger do you get? Like, how much better do you get at your job?
I'm always looking for growth. It's always a learning experience. It's bringing all our parks back up to par, throwing some different opportunities out there in our parks. We've replaced a couple of park structures already. Okay. It's just making this place a safer environment for our children of every capacity as well.
Okay. Now speaking of the parks, let's talk about the cemetery. I'm just kidding. We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. No,
Well, we're working in there too. We're looking at putting
absolutely.
some lights in there and making it a little more family friendly. And deterring some of the graffiti that's happened with the lighting in there.
I have family members buried in that cemetery, and I will probably eventually be buried in that cemetery too, more than likely. And it is a beautiful cemetery. It is. I love walking through the old parts of the cemetery, and the graffiti kind of, you expect it in any cemetery. It's not just like Nogales, Nogales. It's not that. It's a thing that happens in cemeteries. Absolutely. But to see a proactive stance on taking care of it for the first time in probably at least 10 or 12 years, it's really, really cool to see that. And thank you.
Thank you. Well, same thing. I love the cemetery. Growing up here, I think we would go see my grandfather. Died before I was born, but we would visit him every weekend, and it was just part of our culture here. The cemetery is very important to many of our families, and I want to ensure that respect is given.
And that's the thing about cemeteries is it tells the story of the community, right? Sure. The names that are in there they mean something to the community, and they're part of that community's story. Absolutely. And preserving these cemeteries is is vital. Is there anything that the community can do to help?
Well, we've been collaborating a lot with the high school on different things. Recently, we had the junior ROTC cadets go out and help us maintain the military plots that are there, the stones that have been abandoned, especially when you're talking about history, the Buffalo Soldiers, those
Yeah.
older stones that just needed a good cleaning and polish them up for, especially for Memorial Day coming up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Is there any other way that the community can collaborate, or can they reach out to you?
Yeah, if they have any questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at the Rec Center, 520-285-5781, and whatever we can do, we're there to support.
Okay. So I do want to actually invite the community to visit our parks. And to check out all of them, go visit all the parks, take some time this spring, this summer, to visit all the kids' parks, for the basketball behind in Teachea Park.
We just had a mural painted at Anza on the basketball court. You need to go out and check that one out. It's
Actually, I
beautiful.
think you just sent
I
me a
sent you
picture
the
of that, and I
picture,
forgot
yes.
to. I forgot to.
It's beautiful.
We'll get the picture out there too.
And we're working with the BITE program to put in another mural there as well.
Okay, so cool. And of course, walk through the cemetery.
Yes.
I mean, even if you're not visiting somewhere specific, I mean, I've gone walking through that cemetery, I don't know how many
Learning
times
so
over my
much.
life, because I love being there with the history and things like that. So take a walk through the cemetery and experience some of your community's history.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you guys have for the community?
Yeah, we also have registration open for our summer youth programs.
Summer youth programs, yes.
Tomorrow we will be opening registration late for all those families that
Okay.
parents work late. So we're opening from 10 to 7 tomorrow for registration.
All right, now where can parents get information for these programs?
If they follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, it's on our city website.
Okay.
And just calling us if you should come on down, and we have all the information there.
All right, what kind of programs are there?
We'll have tennis, instructional basketball, competitive basketball, golf, dance, and swimming instructions, and art.
Wow.
So we have a lot of things going on.
That's awesome. And all of this is going to be at the community rec center,
At the
right?
rec center, yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
hand in hand, we also invite our youth 16 and up to apply for those positions
Cool.
and mentor our
Summer
community
jobs.
kids.
All right, yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Right?
That's so cool. Guys, thank you so much for coming out
Thank
here.
you for having
you.
us.
Now, aside from the summer programs, is there anything you want to address the community on? Or, I mean, we already invited them out to parks. We invited them to register. We told them that they got to get out and exercise.
Got to get out. Yeah, enjoy the weather.
All
And
right.
if they have ideas for other activities that they'd like to see in our community, please
Okay.
come share.
All
We'd
right.
love to get different ideas.
I do want to challenge everybody to register for these sports things. I think that it's really cool. I mean, the tournament, the flag football league is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun.
And even if you don't register for a team, show up.
Show up and cheer and
Yeah,
enjoy
show
the
up and cheer.
atmosphere. And
I'm assuming there's going to be concessions, right?
I wish.
Sometimes we work with a lot of the local booster
Yeah.
clubs to do
Okay,
things like
so
that, to
hopefully-
support as well.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So, I mean, it's going to be a fun thing. It's going to be
Yes.
an awesome community gathering, cheering on your teams, and I'm excited to see this happen, man.
I am
So
too.
are we.
So are we.
Something
And it's
we've
only
talked
gonna
about for
it's only gonna
years.
get better.
All right.
It's
Yep.
only gonna
Only
get
going to
better.
get better is a perfect line to drop this on.
That's it.
That's right. You heard him. It's only going to get better.
Absolutely.
Guys, again, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
And I do look forward to speaking to you probably within the next month to talk about the 4th of July. And,
Absolutely.
And the things we got coming up for that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back next week. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. All right. See, was it so bad?
It was.